that podcast got pulled down, right? I started laughing. I was like, really that quick? Because it was a day, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was one day.
It was one day, and it got pulled down.
hours.
He said some, I'll tell you off air what he said, but, I just think it's kind of funny. So I call him. I was like, dude, your podcast already got pulled down. He was like, I told you I was right. Like, he literally went into it and just was like, I knew it. They wouldn't take it down if it wasn't true. Soup Sandwich, Monty Long, welcome.
Thank you very much for having me.
The legend.
Used to be.
The legend. Yes, so Monty used to do a radio show in Valdosta for Valdosta football, and he was called The Legend.
Cool.
Well, I also had a sports talk show.
Yep.
As well as doing the play-by-play.
No, I'm talking about the sports talk show on the AM FM, or was it FM or is it AM?
Both.
Both?
Yeah.
So you got all the bands.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you don't like dots on your apps.
Hate it.
So, but dots that you erased my video. That doesn't put a dot on your app.
No, but I'm a deleter.
So you just delete
Everything.
everything. How many do you say? I don't, because I don't like the red dots on my apps too, and I hate the people that have like 1,000 red, and it's on their app. Like how can you not? And I'm not OCD. Like my wife's that way. She's OCD, but I don't like the pop up.
I can't deal.
What do you have?
Mine
Yeah.
outrageous.
Is it?
Yeah, I have like 250 missed calls and 450 text messages and
Oh, I would.
Instagram and
I couldn't
Facebook
sleep
and
at
Twitter
night.
and Cash App and emails.
I couldn't sleep at night.
I think this is another one. Hello?
Hi, Jay. Sorry for bothering again.
Oh,
but
it's you.
I have here your... Yeah, sorry. I just wanted to confirm what time zone are you and like your email. Just I put it in because I think
you have my email. You have my email.
It's
See?
jay@gompgroup.com.
That's right. Thank you.
Okay. And what time zone will be the right one for you?
Eastern time zone. I'm in Atlanta.
Okay, great. Perfect. So let me send out to you an email. Thank you.
Damn it. I wanted that to be a fake one.
I don't know.
Something's
I'll
not
probably get
real.
one while we're in here for sure. I get them constantly.
God.
Telemarketer. That's why I quit. Look, I have iPhone. You can pin your conversations now. So I got like you and Amanda and Kathleen and my parents and my siblings and shit all up there. And as long as I don't got shit from them or work emails, I'm fucking good. I don't care. I'll just let them pile up. I actually kind of like that they pile up now.
Do you listen to voice messages?
No. Well, it depends. Sometimes.
I'll read them.
Sometimes.
I don't listen to them. If I know the person, I never even listen to voicemails. I just delete them immediately and call people back. I'm like, did you listen to my voicemail? Nope.
Yeah, no, I listen to it. I don't delete them. I have voicemails from like fucking old voicemails that are funny.
Monty's like,
From years ago.
Monty's like, nope, I deleted the shit out of those. Do you keep voicemails?
I have voicemails from 2018.
Tristan?
I keep voicemails from like my grandparents and like
Yeah,
it's
no
like
voicemail.
sentimental type stuff is in my voicemails.
So my wife had kept one from her grandmother who passed away, and it's I think maybe is it a voicemail or I can't remember. Anyways, it's pretty funny, but you can't get those back. So
You can download them from the voicemail thing too now. But I have 758 unread emails.
and it's on the red dot.
Yeah.
It says that. Oh God.
Rod does that though. Rod's got like 10,000 emails in his legitimate work email. Like he just scans through like the top 100 and makes sure he didn't miss anything important and just leaves them
Open.
unread. Yeah.
Well, it gets to a point where
Just
you
dots.
can't cut through them anymore. Like,
do,
I
'cause
actually use an app to like help me delete them, and I like unsubscribe from stupid newsletters and stuff. But they still.
I don't unsubscribe anymore, and the reason I don't unsubscribe because it doesn't work. So, but when I go through my emails, I delete anything that I want. I delete it immediately because I don't want it up there like it's like I didn't read it.
And then I go to the trash or to the spam, and I delete all spam, and then it goes to trash, and then you delete all trash. So
So you delete them all. Like it's
How
no
fucking thorough.
It's like no nothing in his shit.
Dude, I bet you get
Yeah.
to where you're looking for so fast, dude.
Somebody looked at your shit, they think you were a cheating spouse.
You got your.
He's like, this motherfucker deletes his whole life. He's like, fuck this shit. I'm deleting everything.
I was at once, so that's why I do that.
I don't think so. I think you were just doing it.
Old
Yeah.
habits die hard.
I'm getting this shit out of it everywhere. You're gonna have to subpoena Google to get my shit.
That's right.
It's funny
Your
you're talking
shit's
about
never gone though.
Huh?
when you were talking about deleting stuff. Our one of our episodes got deleted. Let's talk about that.
Which one got deleted? Oh, Matt's. So I have a friend that Kevin and Justin, your sons, both went to school with, and he is a big conspiracy theory guy, right? And he goes through a bunch of stuff. I don't want to actually talk about it because I'll delete this one, right?
Yeah, you got to kind of be vague about it.
So he talks about some controversy stuff that some of it is definitely a huge conspiracy theory. Like, it's a big stretch. But
And he says it in such a matter-of-fact way.
he
that
does.
You can't even dispute,
does.
like, when they say, hey, you're making claims about this and we don't allow that on our platform, like, you can't even dispute it because this guy is, like, using words like, I claim this.
Absolutely. No,
I claim this
absolutely
specific
happened.
thing.
This absolutely happened. This is why it happened, and gives explanations of why it happened. He goes through the whole thing.
And says, I got proof.
The funny, I got proof, and we pull it up, right? We pull it up on the internet and show it. And the funny thing is, I don't know if I've told you this, Tristan. So I call him because when Bailey tells me, hey, that podcast got pulled down, right? I started laughing. I was like, really, that quick? Because it was a day, right?
Yeah, it was one day.
It was one day, and it got
16
pulled down.
hours.
He said some. I'll tell you off air what he said, but I just think it's kind of funny. But I looked at Bailey and I was like, dude, he's gonna love this, right? So I call him. I was like, dude, your podcast already got pulled. He was like, I told you I was right. Like, he literally went into it. And Tristan was like, I knew it. They wouldn't take it down if it wasn't true. I'm like, oh well. And I told him, I was like, I got to play devil's advocate here. I was like, if there was somebody telling you to drink bleach, that drink a capful or some bleach because it'll get rid of this, and this, they'll take that down too because it's just bad for your health. He's like, no, well, that's just stupid. You know what I mean? So, but conspiracy theories are weird, but some of them will come true. Yeah, that there's real now. They're not conspiracy theories anymore. They're just fact.
It's kind of interesting how our world is changing because we live most of it online, and all of that is by a private company who has the right to censor you. So, like, all of our communication is going through this funnel that is going to take out any information that they don't want anybody else to see.
So imagine if you get paid by them.
How much power they have over you.
Like, they have a ton of power. So me and Chris were talking because Joey, average Joey got what, it was 180 days? It was a 180-day ban, from Facebook. And because he, I can't even remember what happened, but they pulled him out and demonetized him. They didn't shut his accounts down.
No.
They just demonetized him.
And they shadow banned him, so he
Right.
couldn't share any stuff to accounts that weren't already following him.
And he was making, I think, thousands,
Yeah.
not hundreds, but thousands a month, right?
Yeah.
And they demonetized him.
He
so
said he got a check for like $12,000 one time.
yeah,
from
yeah,
them.
1 month, yeah,
Yeah.
1 month.
And
That was his
like-
biggest month.
And that was all like on the way up. So he had it was only like a 6-month period there, or maybe even less than that, like a 4-month period where he amassed like
was 4.
almost 60,000 followers.
Yeah, and it like all together for that year, it was like 20 grand. But one month, that last month was 12,000. So the 4 to 5 months previous to that, it was growing. And then one thing that he said, he didn't say it. It wasn't a video. He commented on it.
No, he duetted a TikTok, and it was like
Something about a dog, wasn't it?
no, it was like a black dude making a black people joke, and he like duetted it as a white dude making a white people joke, and that shit got him fucking community standards immediately.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Even though he was just fucking talking about.
Well, he's a comedian.
talking about white.
He's a
people
stand-up comedian,
stereotypes,
so he's a stand-up comedian. But yeah, that's a lot of power. And he's like, man, if like 100% of your income came off that, boy, you better read those rules.
Right. How does all this compare to your sports show that you used to do on the radio?
Well, it was you had to be very careful on the AM and the FM band there in Valdosta, because if
Is it the FCC?
yes,
That's who governs the radio, right?
You couldn't talk like we talk here.
Right.
You couldn't. They'd shut you down. And
Did y'all have like a 30-second buffer though?
Where if you fuck up, you can get it out of there.
Yes. But nobody ever did.
Yeah.
The worst thing I ever did was I was calling a football game in Moultrie, Georgia.
Yeah.
And Valdosta was playing Colquitt County. And Colquitt was ranked like number 1 in the state.
Always.
And,
A lot.
and we were winning like 10-9 with 2 minutes to go. And they had to punt to us. And we did the radio broadcast live on in Valdosta. It was 95.7 the mix. And then we had a streaming internet, platform where people could watch the game on the internet.
Right.
And what I didn't know is when I would go to break off the commercial, that the internet did not. I didn't know that. And we fumbled the punt. And I said, we're going to take a 30-second or a 2-minute timeout. We'll be back with more Wildcat football on 95.7 The Mix after this 2-minute break. And I took my headphones down and I slammed it on the table and I said, we just lose this game on a fucking fumble punt. and my phone started blowing up. People were all, had I said that while I was still on the air on 95.7, I would have no longer been the play-by-play guy.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, take one time, right?
Right.
Yeah, that's a close one. The FCC's who damn Eminem be beefing with,
Oh yeah.
It's not good.
Well,
And we did lose the game, by the way.
Fucking damn.
I wonder what all that, because does FCC govern the airline stuff? What goes over that? I mean, what do they all
know.
govern? Radio and
Couldn't tell you.
anything that goes over the air? Because you gotta, like, you get fined. They get fined. Like the big shows just get fined. They want their money.
Now you can do your own show where you react to stuff that's happening, and a lot of times you don't have the license, like when people do like fight companions for UFC.
Mm-hmm.
But I find that it's more entertaining to watch like the people that I like do fight companions and watch the fight on my own and just kind of hear them commentate without actually seeing the fight in the same place than it is to like listen to the commentators, because I would rather listen to people like talk and drink and talk shit to each other and make it fun and entertaining that I enjoy.
Did you watch the Mannings on Monday Night Football?
No.
Because you'd love.
Oh
that
yeah,
game.
yeah. Oh yeah. After the fact, I would never watch Monday Night Football on Monday.
Yeah, but if it's
I
they
watch
do it.
all
They,
their stuff.
They do it. The Mannings did it while it was going on.
because they're entertaining as fuck.
Is it
But
that-
they still don't cuss or nothing like that. They're still just
Yeah, but they do some.
It's
they
a
do-
little looser than
It's definitely
than your
loose
typical
than-
sports broadcast.
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
for
yeah.
sure.
Did you see it?
I did some of it.
It's
yeah.
pretty good.
But if you go watch like Brendan Schaub and those guys do fight companions for fights, they're fucking smoking weed in their podcast room. You
Right.
know what I mean? They're super relaxed. So like, you can escape it, but it's a lot more work. It's a lot more work.
Where did all that change? Was it from Howard Stern when he first started? Because he
guy
was,
Talking about podcasting,
no, I'm talking about talking bad on the air, using bad language.
I would
got
say.
pushed
I
all
would
the
say.
way.
Yeah, and I mean, absolutely. He was the godfather of radio, right? Like and then he, like, I think he got like $100 million when he first signed with. And this was back when you didn't get $100 million thing.
1980?
Whatever. No, I'm talking about when XM bought him.
Oh yeah, that
That was early 2000s
yeah,
or whatever, and he got. It was so much money, unheard. It was quarterback money for a radio guy, and then he got a percentage. If you look that up, it was just so much money, and then he got a percentage of I believe, of the equity in the XM.
He's always been
XM
Howard
radio.
Stern too, which I think is dope. Is he's always been fucking same shit.
Yeah.
Like, they knew what they were buying for $100 million, and he gave them exactly
What they wanted.
You know, King
Still
of the
on it,
Sting
still doing
uses
it, man.
his original, not his original studio, but the first XM studio
Yeah.
where he was on the high pedestal and the people he was talking to. That's what King of the Sting uses now for their show. They bought his studio.
Cool.
Yeah, which I think is cool as fuck.
That is cool. So yeah, to come back to your question though, I think that you go back with shock jock type radio that they tried to get away as much as they could. I mean, the regular guys in Atlanta, I think they got kicked off the air a few times for doing crazy shit. If they'd have played it right, they'd have got a place with XM. And then you could talk whatever you wanted to.
Yeah.
Why is it that satellite radio was much more lenient about that kind of stuff? Do y'all know?
I think you had to subscribe. You had to pay for it. Subscribe.
Oh,
It's
that makes sense.
It's
Okay.
like cable TV. So when I was a kid, I didn't get cable TV for forever, but cable TV could have nudity and all kinds of stuff because you're paying for it. You're subscribing to it. And then it's on you. So it was private.
And that's kind of where it's turning now. Everybody kind of owns their own stuff, so they can do what they want. If they're not on the main platforms, Nelk has their own website because a lot of the stuff that they do, they can't even.
But we still can't say and do what we want. We might get censored or demonetized. For us, we don't get demonetized because we don't get monetized in the first place.
Hey, my very first radio show, my very first sports talk show was on an AM Christian radio station.
Yeah.
Okay. And I was sitting there trying to think, what can I do to make it more interesting?
Church it up. As
so
they say.
I thought I would bring in some buffer music, right? So I got a bunch of CDs from home, and I put them in the thing, and I remember coming back on the very first day I did it, had Garth Brooks, Friends in Low Places, and that's what I brought back on the buffer music. And the guy that on the station, he come running in there talking about drinking whiskey and stuff.
Yeah.
Shut it down now.
That's funny.
Holy. It's so fucking. It's ridiculous. If we didn't have to lean on their platforms, though, like when you become your own media outlet, like you can pump your own content whenever you want, and people are gonna go find it because they enjoy it. Like, no, boys, you can get around that shit. You can do whatever the fuck you want.
For sure.
Leaning on their platforms and their algorithms, man, like that. And it's great. You can't start nowhere.
But
else.
think about it. That's you want to be you. At the end of the day, like I don't think Facebook and YouTube and they don't necessarily want to be that way, but they've been leaned on by the government. So they kind of, in whatever way the government is, red, blue, whatever, they've been leaned on them enough to where they're like, you got to do this. I mean, hell, every one of them been in front of a congressional hearing, right? So they're leaned on to them. So the goal is to be leaned on by the government. That's the goal. Because if you are being leaned on by the government, motherfucker, you are rich. You are the richest fucking person in that room. If you're getting leaned on by the government. So that's what I told. We were building some software for one of our clients. Me and Chris actually had invested in this, and I told the software developer, I said, listen, man, he's a sharp dude, and I said, I want the technology that when you talk about something, your phone hears it. Everybody knows this is happening, right? And then I get anybody that says, man, I really wish I had a better POS system because I'm in the credit card process game. Well, those just get fed to me, and then me and Bailey can call them, sign them up, right? Because they're mad. That's the perfect time to talk to them, when they're mad, right? And the software developer goes, well, do you want to be in front of a congressional hearing for that? And I said, absolutely. I would love to be in front of a congressional hearing. He's like, really? I go, yes. I'll say the exact right things. Yes, sir. No, sir. I don't know about that, but I'll get you some answers on that. I'll work on it. That's great. Because those fucking people don't leave to go to jail.
When you got enough.
They leave to get on their jet,
Yeah.
and they go back to their mansion, and they get to go do their thing. They talk in front of the congressional hearing, and it's a joke.
I think it's weird that you really only have two options there, which is like when you get to a certain size, it's either be leaned on by the government and do what they told you to do, or fucking stop doing everything.
I know.
Like, we will take. You censor everybody else, or we will literally eliminate your voice.
That's it.
Yeah, for sure. Like we will eliminate your whole platform.
Or quit.
That's crazy.
Or quit. Or sell it.
Yeah.
Do whatever.
Yeah, sell it to somebody that we can lean on.
That's
Yeah,
it.
That's what they want. That's fucking weird to me.
But that's the goal, right? The goal is to get to where you're, whether your motivation be your family, money, fame, whatever it be, you want to get to be to that success, to whatever your goal is, whatever pushes you, right? So your goal is to get that big. Well, you won.
How do the fucking where we get our news now like adopt a fucking color? You know what I mean? Like how do they become red or blue?
The person who owns it.
Is that from the beginning and they just build it like that? Like Fox has always been fucking feeding you Republican news.
So I was watching. This is all old stuff. So I told you how much I love like the machines who made America, the people who built America, that history stuff, right? Mm-hmm. Well, everybody talks about the Elon Musk and the Mark Cubans, and that they tweet like, I never say this right. Dogecoin, or is it Dogecoin?
Dogecoin, I think. Mm-hmm. Just Doge.
And one of them tweeted out, Dogecoin, that's what you should do, and and then that stock goes up,
pumps it,
10% or whatever. And it is stock manipulation in 2022 is one text or one tweet goes out. Now all they have to do is tell their friend that owns that, like, I'll tweet out something about your company and you tweet something about my company, and everybody will understand it, right? Well, JP Morgan was doing this in the newspaper in like the 20s, 1920, 1930. They were doing the newspaper going, if you want to have a good stock, do this. And they didn't know he owned it because JP Morgan was the banker and this person was the gas guy, and this person was this, and Carnegie was the steel guy, but if I wanted to push stock, now it's not instant, but it's 3 to 5 to 7 days. I put that article out there and it pushes stock. So they've been doing it for years. It's just how much time does it take to get to them? Right now, it's instant.
Yeah, it's such a fucking weird.
So rich people have been trying to beat people in general, not just rich people, trying to been beating the system forever.
Yeah, and they always fucking will be able to.
Yep.
Because they're always going to have some level of influence.
For sure.
You think people like this can get to that level while getting fucked up on the weekends and stuff like that? Like, how does that go into that amount of success?
I think if you fly too close to the sun, you always get burnt. So for the most part, those people have to have some level of restraint in their recreational life. I mean, you can't get that high volume, that high level of in business and whatever you do without having a head on your shoulders. I mean, even the guys that are boxers, right?
Jake Paul.
Yes, I bet you those guys don't get fucked up a crazy amount. In fact, they don't drink when they're training. They don't do anything when they're training. So they're very focused when they're training. From what I heard, I saw him on one of the podcast, and I was like, "This is the first time after he won." He's like, "It's the first time I've drank in 6 months or so."
Drank for 10 straight days.
Yeah. So, but that shows.
Let
me tell you something. That shows that I'm about to get focused, and I bet they're the same way with business. Hey, these 10 days are important. We're not going to party. So even them, they know when to party and know when not to, right?
Right.
And they're not. Those guys aren't stupid. They made a lot of money because they know what buttons to push and when to push them, and they know how to get it out there, right? So even the most successful, I mean, the Kardashians aren't stupid.
Yeah,
those guys are those girls are smart. Kris Jenner is smart.
Hell, it just depends what type of influence you want to have too, because fucking Johnny Knoxville and those guys from Jackass back in the day are not the people you're going to take stock tips from, but they still amassed a fucking tremendous.
There's a new
audience.
one out, and I watched the first 10 minutes. And laughed my ass off.
It's good.
Have you watched it all? Oh my God! The first 10 or 15 minutes, I laughed my ass off.
It's really good. You should finish watching it so we can talk about it on the podcast.
I'm going to.
It's pretty fucking good.
The one that I got that
the last one ever.
They said they put a rattlesnake. I think that's the last bit I watched. They showed everybody that they were going to put a rattlesnake in the middle of the thing, and there was a couch in there, right? And they showed a rattlesnake and then put it into a bucket. And then when they left, they changed the buckets to not a rattlesnake, and then cut the lights off, and then dumped something out that sounded like a rattlesnake, like a voice thing that sounded like a rattlesnake. So they were jumping around, and they turned the fucking lights off. And then they were damn shocking them. They were shocking them.
Yeah, that shit's funny as hell.
Were you a big drinker, or how did that come into work-life balance?
Who knows? I mean, I'll do some drinking, that's for sure, but not when it was time to get on the radio. Mm-hmm. Now I will say this: on football Friday nights, and I don't know how much y'all know about high school football, but it was massive in South Georgia, and I would start a tailgate every Friday about noon outside the stadium. And I would partake, even though I'm the play-by-play guy and I got to call the game. I would partake from like 12 till 4, and then I would cut it off,
Tighten it up.
cut it off. Well, this one particular night, we didn't cut it off, and it was the first round of the state playoffs, and we were playing LaGrange. I think it was Noonan. We were playing Noonan, and the Noonan mascot is the Cougars, right? And I might have been a little overserved on the play-by-play, and as the Noonan Cougars were running out onto the field, and I said, from the east end of the stadium, here come the Noonan Cooters.
Oh,
That wasn't good. That wasn't good. So the superintendent of schools tried to call me to his office on Monday to talk to me about it, but I wouldn't go. But it was okay. I mean, there was a couple of mistakes made, and my tailgate show guy.
You did it on purpose or on accident?
No, it was an accident.
Okay,
Well,
okay.
I thought I was saying Cougars, but I didn't. Said Cooters. But I had a guy that would do a tailgate interview. Right, I'm doing the pregame show, and there's a guy, you know him, Derek Shaw,
Yeah,
probably.
yep.
He was my sideline reporter, and he would do a tailgate interview. Well, Derek was well overserved. And I went to him in the parking lot to do the interview, and it was like I had to cut him off really quick. But we got
Tell him about Monty Long's a Tennessee fan like me. Tell him about going to Tennessee game. Tell him the story.
which one?
The sideline where y'all coin toss.
Oh,
Tell
when
him that
I
story.
went to the bowl game in Jacksonville.
Yeah.
I was fortunate enough to have sideline passes to it was the Gator Bowl. Tennessee playing Iowa. Josh Dobbs was the quarterback, and this same guy that I'm talking about, Derek, was with me, and we had been tailgating all day out there in the parking lot, and we go on the sidelines, and it's time for the coin toss. You know, Tennessee's captains are out on the field. Iowa's captains are on the field. Dale Earnhardt Jr. is the guest celebrity who's flipping the coin.
Damn.
And Derek looks at me and he goes, "Hey, dude, these passes we got, they're media passes. We can go to the coin toss."
Now they're drunk, both of them,
Absolutely.
hammered.
And we walk out midfield. We're standing there on national TV on the coin toss. And I'm standing, I'm literally shoulder to shoulder with Josh Dobbs. Josh Dobbs is like right there, and I'm standing right next to him.
Fucking guy.
Yeah. And Dale Earnhardt Jr. is like standing where you are.
He's got a picture of this. I'll get him to send the picture so you can put them up in the middle of the podcast so you can see them.
Yeah, I'll have to find it. I can't.
Yeah.
But Dale Earnhardt Jr. is a little short guy.
Yeah.
He's not very tall. And Derek's like 6'3", 6'4". And so the coin toss is over. Tennessee wins the toss. And Derek goes over and grabs Earnhardt Jr. And Earnhardt Jr. is like scared to death. You know, Derek grabs him and he said, "Come here, take me a selfie. Take a selfie." And Earnhardt Jr. is looking at him like, "What are you doing?"
And Derek's not just like, he's not 6'4" like you're 6'3" or 4. He's 6'4" and a big dude.
Yeah.
Like he's a big guy.
Yeah, I got kicked off the sideline that night.
Yeah.
I did.
So I went down to Tallahassee where Monty lives this week. I had to go to a funeral, and I'm like, "Hey, can I spend the night?" He said, "Yeah." So we went out to a Mexican restaurant, right? Me, his wife, girlfriend / wife / girlfriend.
Ex-wife.
Yep, and girlfriend.
Yep.
I mean, there's a lot there. We can unwrap that later, but
That goes back to deletion years ago.
long time. So we go out there and with another couple and him and his girlfriend and then me, and the servers come over there to get our drink order. And
She's a great server, by the way.
Yep.
She was awesome. She was of Latino nature, and she said something, and I said, "This is Jay's 50th birthday."
Yeah, I said, "Put the 50 on me immediately." So he goes.
She goes,
so,
"You're gonna get that free shot of tequila."
No. So she walks away. No. He goes, "You get a free shot," and then she walks away, and Monty goes, "Dude, it's just for the free shot." And I was like, I don't give a shit. Whatever. So we eat. I drink one margarita, right? No, I hadn't drank the second one yet.
Oh, you hadn't?
Because Patty still has that one.
I got you.
Right?
Yeah.
So I've drank one margarita. I don't even know if I'm done with that full margarita. maybe I can't remember. Anyways, so they start doing the birthday dance. I'm thinking she's just gonna bring me. I don't know why I thought this, but
they brought every server
like
in the
15,
place.
There's like 15 servers.
15. They're singing "Happy Birthday" in Spanish.
Yep. And so immediately when they start clapping, they bring the sombrero over to me, and I just take off my shirt in the middle of a Mexican restaurant, and I just start dancing, And the people in here are like, "Oh my god, this guy's a fucking nut," And they kept singing. They didn't skip a beat.
No, they didn't.
They were just like, "Oh yeah, hell yeah."
Jay wanted them to
that
see the
employee
tattoos. You wanted
mentality.
them to see the tattoos.
I forgot about my tattoos until I saw them in the picture. I was like, "Oh, I forgot I have 2 tattoos." I literally forgot, and I'm like, "Man, I need to get that one reworked." So yeah. But that's the first thing I thought
The
of.
damn
Take your shirt
Mexican
off.
restaurant employees were like, if I just fucking just sing long enough, this will be over.
The girl totally believed us. She thought it was your 50th birthday. She believed that.
Well, they sure got a show. Oh, that's
There
it.
it is, right there.
I can't believe you got away with your shirt off longer in the Mexican restaurant than you did in that bar in New Orleans. Is that your soup
There's the
sandwich
shot
shirt?
of tequila.
Yeah,
See
that's
the
my soup
shot?
sandwich shirt.
There's the shot of tequila right there in front of him with
So,
the lime on it.
and I haven't, but I hadn't been drank yet, and I didn't have that second one yet.
Yeah.
Evidence
you
of
having the
everything.
time of your life, too.
I know, but I literally hadn't drank but one drink.
No, that's not true.
I had a drink. At
We
your
had a
house.
drink at the house
At the
before
house.
we went there.
One drink at the house. Yep.
And then we get back to the house, and Patty and Jay and I are sitting there chatting. Patty says,
Reading the Bible. We have a Bible study.
yeah. She said, I got to go to bed. Jay said, we can have one more. I said, correct. And we did.
It's like 10 o'clock.
It's getting close to 10 at that time. And then Jay stands up, and I figure it's time to go to bed because he's got to go to a funeral the next day. He goes, I'm going to have another. I said, okay, let's have another. So then we get the second one, and he says, let's go to the porch. Let's go to the porch. And he stands up, and I said, time to go to bed. He said, nope, we're having another one.
12 o'clock comes along. We go to
Midnight,
bed.
I said, no more.
We got to go to bed.
No.
We both agreed.
We did. It was good.
All right. And I did, man. That extra bed's comfortable, man. It's and I slept. I got up at 7, walked a mile before it started raining like crazy, and
Have you ever had to walk a mile in Jay's shoes?
that's it. You would love it. You would love it and hate it at the same time.
That little stand-up trick where you think the night's over has happened to me plenty of times with Jay. And he stands up, you think, oh, okay, we can leave. And he's like, no, let's get another one.
Yeah, it almost reminded me of Midsummer Night's Dream and Shakespeare and Puck. If we shadows have offended, think but this and all is mended, that we have but slumbered here while these visions did appear. And this meek and idle theme, no more yielded but a dream.
Love it. That's gonna be a thumbnail right there. Yeah. Is it not? I can see Tristan licking his chops like I'm definitely doing that one. That's in there. What else? What you got this weekend?
Shit, I'm fucking get prepared to move.
You're moving.
Move houses, yeah. New house.
Me and Bailey are
kid's
going to
got
be
a
neighbors.
baseball game tonight. Second ever baseball game. He went. My 5-year-old kid never played ball yet, and the first time he tried to play ball was COVID, and they canceled their season. And so this is his first opportunity to play real baseball. And he went up there and got a hit without the tee.
Paulding County?
First at bat. No,
Rockmart.
Polk County.
Polk County?
Rockmart.
Okay.
Yeah. A hit without the tee.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice.
Home of Danny Ware.
I was excited
Yeah.
about it.
Danny Ware's from Rockmart, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Home of Danny Ware.
Yeah, he
Remember Danny?
Remember the name.
Went to Georgia.
Nick Chubb was from Cedartown.
Nick Chubb's from Cedartown. Lots of Cedartown folks over the years.
Nobody says Monty Long grew up in Ackworth and played baseball at Gordon.
Gordon. Gordon
Gordon College,
I know.
Barnesville, Georgia.
Gordon.
Yeah.
Isn't that what they call it?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I
I
didn't get
went
famous
to
like that.
I played some ball at Gordon.
Yeah.
I had a buddy of mine go to Gordon and play basketball after high school. I went down there and played.
Yeah,
Spent some time down
I think
there.
I had friends that played soccer there.
I played at Gordon when the right field fence was 250 feet out with cow chicken wire.
Cow chicken wire.
Yeah, if you hit it over the chicken wire, you got a double. on the right field fence.
That's it.
Left field was like 500 feet into the next football field and had a telephone pole in left field. It was in play. If it hit the telephone pole, it was,
500. Nobody hit it 500 feet back then.
No. Nobody could.
Yeah.
But that's where the fence was. It was 500 feet to the left field and 250 to the right.
So y'all were playing on a football field, basically.
Have you seen that when that Bryce what's his name Harper hit that like 600-foot home run when he was in like high school?
Dude, I don't care about him hitting a baseball anymore after I saw him hit a golf ball at Top Golf. Have you ever seen
Was
that?
it insane?
Yeah, they had to tell him to stop.
Because
He was hitting it over the
He's hitting it
wire.
over the net.
Yeah.
In the back, just absolutely throttling golf. And Mike Trout does the same thing. Goes up there and just absolutely blasts golf balls 450 yards.
I'm going to try to do that in the morning at the Frog.
I bet you are.
Yeah.
I bet you are. I just had to try to hit it straight.
Yeah.
That's funny.
If I hit one straight, it's a mistake.
Nah, you're good. If Eric hit one straight, it's a
No,
mistake.
my ball's going left to right. I hit the DJ, Dustin Johnson power fade, but 200 yards shorter.
That's it. That's it. That's it.
Yeah, the non-powerful power fade.
Yeah.
That's pretty fucking funny.
So moving, that sucks.
Yeah, it does suck.
God,
and
I've
my
done a
dad
lot
just
of
did
that
it
lately.
too.
You're settled now though.
Absolutely.
You're gonna be there for a while.
Yeah, you were in my quaint little townhome.
I loved it. I called it quaint.
You did.
I said, "This is quaint."
It
It
Been
is.
waiting to pull that one out for a while.
It is quaint. No, it's just that it felt quaint. Like it's him and Patty. It's him and his girl. They don't need much, and it's what 2-bedroom, 2-bath.
Two and a
actually
half, two and
two
a
and a half
half,
bath. Nice sized living room. Little sun deck out there.
Overlooking the second green of a course that's closed.
Yes, yeah.
Is everything?
You could chip over there,
oh,
but
really?
you wouldn't be able to hit.
The course is closed.
Well, I belong to Kalaran Country Club in Tallahassee, and it used to be 27 holes. It's only 18 now. There's a 9 that's shut down.
Oh, really?
And my townhouse is on the one that's shut down.
There's
like that.
3 different 9s.
a little safer.
Hopefully, it just got sold. It just got this past Tuesday. It closed on a new owner. Hopefully, he's going to consider opening that 9 back up, and that would
That'd be
great.
cool.
Yeah.
Imagine buying a country club.
Well-
I got to go close on this country club on
That
Tuesday.
that makes your house go up considerably when the vegetation is gone and you can see a green.
Correct.
It's so wild that one little thing. You don't have to do anything to your house. Him opening that back up and you clearing the vegetation, because if they didn't clear that vegetation, I'd be spraying.
Roundup.
Yes, it'd be clear by the time I got finished with it.
Although some of that stuff you would need chainsaws, not Roundup.
What is it?
Some of the bushes that are grown.
Depends on what kind of Roundup you use.
Yeah, that powerful.
Yeah.
The super power.
You can do that. What is not
even
not
mix
a,
it in
not
water?
a not a flame thrower.
Just not even mix it in water. Just pour straight Roundup in your backpack.
That's right.
Did you see, like, so we were talking about the radio, right? Do you remember, so just mess ups on the radio. So when Auburn beat Alabama, that guy comes on the radio, right? And he's fussing about the referees or something like that. And he goes, this idiot on the radio says, you know how mad I was? I drove down to Auburn and poured diesel fuel all over their trees.
Harvey Updike.
Oh, my God.
That's what I was going to bring up too.
Harvey's dead now, but he got put in prison.
I thought he got away with that.
No, he ended up going to jail.
Well, no, I knew he went to jail, but I thought he got out. He got out of it because they couldn't really prove that he did it.
It was he did that on the Paul Feinbaum show.
Yeah.
Did he do it? He did it.
Oh, he did it.
Oh no, they had a botanist go out there, test the soil, and it was absolutely that same diesel fuel he said he poured on there.
Yeah, he killed the trees.
And they're gonna eventually die because of it.
They already have. They took them down and planted new ones.
Oh, did they?
Hell yeah.
Damn.
The story of
What an
those
idiot.
trees, because they roll those trees when they win.
Right.
And the story on that was they had Alabama had come in there number 2. They were number 2 in the country, and I guess it might have been the quarterback at that time. It was in the 70s or whatever, and the quarterback said that they were going to beat the number 2 out of them. Mm-hmm. And that day they started throwing toilet paper in those trees.
If I'm not mistaken, that was 2010 when that happened. That was when Cam Newton was the quarterback for Auburn.
I'm talking about when they started rolling the tree.
You're talking about. I thought you were talking about.
Cam
Yeah.
No, when they rolled the tree, they started. That's
tradition.
a tradition.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
a player on their team said they were going to beat the number 2 out of them,
Right.
And when they won, the students started rolling the trees every win.
Yep.
Every win.
That was, I believe, that game was the one.
The comeback.
Yeah, Alabama was up like 3 touchdowns or 4 touchdowns. And
Was it the kick six?
No. This goes back to when Cam Newton was a quarterback.
Yeah, they were down 17
or more.
Yeah, they were down 17 and ended up scoring like 28 to their 7 points.
What a fucking beast he was!
Like
they might not without him. They might not that year. They might not have won, but 7 or 8 games. Mm-hmm. That dude was so good at quarterback in college. I mean, he's good in pro, but he was so good.
High school too, and now in high
because he
school?
did it the next week, right?
Yeah,
they did it the next week to Georgia. They stunned them on a crazy pass.
Yeah,
that was like week after week, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and he had like 150 rushing yards as a quarterback.
Oh my God!
Don't you know he's pissed now though because the rumor at that time was that Auburn paid him $250,000 to come to Auburn.
Yeah, but
because he was ringing the bell in Mississippi State in Starkville.
And now these kids like Tennessee just got this commitment from Nico Amaliva or however you say his last name.
Yeah, and they're about to pay him
supposedly
$2 million.
is $8 million. $8 million
on the table. They're saying it out loud.
Yeah,
out loud.
I think they said too that they found out that Cam Newton. They were trying to was
his dad
blow?
Got paid?
Yes, and they were trying to blow the amount out of proportion. Like it wasn't $250,000.
Cam's going shit, man. I could have got me some more money.
Yeah,
nowadays.
No way, dude. Because when he got to pros, he got paid.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sure.
That's when you really get paid.
But I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's pennies over dollars.
These kids getting $8 million now. I got $250,000.
Yeah, but
Georgia
under the table. That's what he got caught for.
Yeah.
He got 10 and 15 here and there.
Georgia tried to pay that Caleb Williams kid from Oklahoma $8 million
to come,
and he didn't come.
Well, that's because USC probably paid him more.
USC probably paid him $15 million.
Yeah, but that's fucking nuts.
Yeah.
There's quarterbacks in the NFL that's not making $15 million. What?
Yeah. No, there's a lot of them that's not making that. That's why I was a good. That was.
I think I makes more than fucking Ryan Tannehill or something.
No, not more than him, but he certainly makes more than a lot of them. Backups.
Tell me how much Ryan Tannehill makes, or fucking tell me how much Marcus Mariota just got signed for.
Marcus Mariota got signed for probably $5 million, more than likely.
Yeah, just look at his contract.
But no matter what, you're right. But the thing is that's pro. If they were in college at the time, look,
$6.75 million.
Yeah. So let me tell you, and that's they're bringing him, they're paying him like he's going to be a starter. So Ryan Tannehill's backup don't make that.
No,
but he got a $20 million signing bonus.
Who?
All of them.
Oh no!
Look, there's a lot. Not all of them, but a lot of them get when in their draft. If they get drafted, they get millions in their draft, and then they go on the salary of $450,000 or $600,000, right?
Yeah.
So
this guy's was 1.7. So the 6.75 was a $5 million signing bonus plus 1.75 million base salary.
What is the league minimum now?
450.
It depends
500.
what the year.
Well,
is
the first year is like
rookie,
450.
Yeah, they have like a rookie min and a vet min. And the vet min's way higher than the rookie min. So.
Yeah, if you're 8 years in, sitting the bench as a quarterback, you're making $2 or $3 million.
Yeah, they can't pay you less.
Can't pay you less.
It's actually cool.
Minimum is $6,600,000. No, 660,000.
666,000.
600,000.
So $600,000 is the minimum. Yeah, and every year it goes up, but every year that you're in there it goes up.
That's what Sepp Straka won at the Players Championship, finishing 7th.
Yeah.
Really?
625,000.
What do you get for winning?
For the players?
Yeah.
$3.6 million.
God damn.
They still make more money. Golfers still make more money off of the endorsements, though.
The good ones?
They still make more. No.
Happy Gilmore made all his money getting 60th.
Well, that's where Tiger made so much money playing golf.
But even the number 50th gets paid way more on their endorsements.
No chance.
Yes, they do.
No
all
chance.
the stuff they wear on their shirts.
Yes, they get more money. The number 50th player in the world still gets paid more off his sponsors.
Like Sepp Straka, and I use Sepp because he grew up in the neighborhood where I lived in Valdosta, and now he's becoming a star. Really, he's really doing well. He's now endorsing the Squares, the shoes.
Yep,
Squares. There's no telling what they're paying him.
Right,
to wear those shoes.
Tons.
You think they're paying him millions of dollars?
Yeah.
The guy.
No.
Yes. So
no
I
chance
yes, they
that
are.
guy's gonna sell them more. All right.
So
Let's say they make $10.
Who were we talking about the other day with Amanda? We'd never heard of him, but that guy, he was like the number 50th ranked person in the world.
Oh yeah, the golfer.
So
it's her friend. Yeah.
Guaranteed, he makes more money off of TaylorMade or whoever he's on his shirt than he does in golf in a year of golf.
Well, Seb, no telling how much
but
money.
we're talking about he's got 6 people.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about one. He's got 6 people paying him to do these commercials and do these things and sell this golf ball, sell these shoes. He doesn't have one. He's got 6 or 7 or 8.
Yeah, but we
they
talked
add up
about
more
the guy.
to what
All
he's
right,
paying.
wasn't it a Japanese guy that won the Masters last year?
Boy.
So each deal is an average 25,000 for that's just for the appearance.
That bodes well for my
on
argument.
each tournament. But that's
that's
for
tournament.
each deal though, and for
Yeah,
each tournament.
That's not a deal like on shirts. That's not that deal. That's each time you go to a tournament.
They don't pay you to go to the tournament.
Nope, they don't.
No, but they pay you because you're wearing their
They
clothes.
pay you
100%.
So you could wear a $25,000 shirt, $25,000 pair of pants, $25,000 pair of shoes.
But they
Unless they're
also
all the
give
same
them.
brand.
But they also give
Right.
them a sign-on bonus. They also go, hey, we're going to pay you $5 million, and you're going to be with us for 3 years to do this, this, and this, and this.
You know how much money? No, he
And then
could probably look
everything
it up
else you do, but other than that, you get paid more.
to find out how much Tiger earned from Buick.
Yeah, but
He
Tiger's the
sponsored.
number 1 player in the world.
I want to talk about the 50th player.
Yeah, but I'm just saying how much money Tiger got from Buick was ludicrous.
Oh yeah.
Until all
Yeah,
that
because
happened.
he was a billionaire with $200 million in earnings.
Right.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to find any
I still think
proof about the 50th
that the number
best
50th
golfer.
or the 60th or 70th, they get paid more from their sponsors than they do golf.
We should get that guy in there. That guy's like the number 37 ranked golfer in the world, and he lives like a mile from here.
What's his name?
I can't remember his name,
Couldn't
but
tell you.
but
Let me
whatever whatever.
Jason Bourne used to live close to here.
Yeah, he lived in Governors.
Yeah.
But no, this guy's active. He's playing right now. He's in the he's on the tournament now.
He's fucking
young.
good. What is your golf friend's name?
Yeah, we looked him up. And he was like, yeah, he's right.
She was like, yeah, he's
50th
on the
in
PGA Tour, but I
world.
don't know like what if he's like good or not. And I looked him up, and he was like a fucking stud.
Yeah,
He's
and
got
I-
like $20 million
He's
in
like
earnings. And
50 or
fucking golf.
60th ranked in the world. I was like, that means he's probably, 25th in the country because that's adding all the other wins.
Yeah,
The
I
guy
think
that
it was 37th in the United States and like top 70 in the world or
the
something.
guy that won the Masters, the Japanese guy, what's his name?
Hang on.
Misaki or
Hideki Matsuyama.
Matsuyama. Yeah.
So that dude will always make more in sponsorships than he will golf now.
Now because he won the Masters.
He
as
was
his own
making
Japanese guy. That-
making more in sponsorship before he won that.
no chance, 0% chance, because nobody fucking knew that guy. That guy, we
yeah,
literally
he did.
said
He was
that.
famous before that.
And probably there's some stipulations in their agreements with these sponsors that they have if they win a PGA event. There's probably bonuses involved.
Yes. Well, that's why they signed the 50th person because the 50th person can win a major.
Well, and I'll use Sepp again. Sepp was ranked 130th in the world when he won the Honda 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Now Sepp's 63rd in the world. He's already up to 12th in FedEx just because of that win.
Right.
There's no telling what Squares paid him. There's no telling what Strixon paid him.
Yeah, because then if he wins, he gets bonuses on top of that. Yeah. So as he wins, and again, if you are like Under Armour was nothing in golf.
Until Jordan Spieth.
Boy, when Jordan Spieth rolled in that dang Under Armour golf ball, and you could see it, they're like, cha-ching, son. They probably got so much sales off of that. And when he signed on and they did that, boy,
Right.
yeah, they were happy. That guy's worth that much now. I wonder how much Under Armour was sold the next year because of Jordan.
Like about Nike and Tiger's ball in 16 that couldn't stop him.
Yeah.
It just fell in, That Nike symbol showed forever.
Logo, yeah.
Not that Phil Knight needs any money.
Yeah.
Hopefully we can get some proof on our next episode when our mystery golf guest comes on.